Thank you for joining me today. Joining me with the Universal Church of God Within. That's what I'm renaming this organization of human beings and bodies, of vessels for the Great Spirit, the Universal Church of God Within. Because here on this channel, although I'm coming mostly from a Christian background and decoding Christianity into universal laws and into universal application, into metaphysics, into quantum physics, into scientific understanding, really. This knowledge is universal, and you'll notice that I read from many different books, many different texts, and that I combine many different things. The reason why I come from the Christian base is because that's what I was brought up understanding. And even though I completely got away from that and God for a while, I ended up coming right back to it with a more universal understanding. So I respect all religions and all theologies and all understandings. Please don't misunderstand. And yet I really truly do resonate and love the Christ concept. And what is the Christ concept but the universal understanding that you are the direct offspring of whatever it is that you consider to be God, that you are the child of that being, and that being is within you, that all that the Creator has is yours. So this universal understanding of Christ is that you are that you are that child of God, and that you can fully experience that within yourself and fully express that through yourself, even physically. And we discuss what that means on this channel and what that will inevitably culminate in. So today what I've come to share with you is an amazing book. I'm going to pull it up here now. I'm still getting better at making videos, so one day soon you'll be able to actually see when I get to figure out how to record my screen and talk to you at the same time. You'll get to see what I'm reading from. A lot of it I now have on my actual computer. So, but this book that I'm pulling up right now is actually called The Great Little Book on Universal Laws of Success by Brian Tracy. And I've been getting into this book, and I absolutely love it, and it's paramount to your evolution, to your ascension, and to you co-creating heaven on earth, conquering death, saving yourself and all mankind as the Creator. So we're going to get into this, we're going to get right into it, and let's go ahead and begin with the first universal law, the law of cause and effect. Everything happens for a reason. For every cause, there is an effect, and for every effect, whether you know it or not, there is a specific cause or causes. There are no accidents. You can have anything you want in life if you can first decide exactly what it is, and then do the things that others have done to achieve the same results. The law of cause and effect. The law of mind. All causation is mental. Your thoughts become your realities. Your thoughts are creative. You become what you think about most of the time. Think continually about the things you really want, and refuse to think about the things you don't want. The law of mind. The law of mental equivalency. The world around you is the physical equivalent of the world within you. Your main job in life is to create within your own mind the mental equivalent of the life you want to live. Imagine your ideal life in every respect. Hold that thought until it materializes around you. The law of mental equivalency. The law of correspondence. Your outer life is a reflection of your inner life. There is a direct correspondence between the way you think and feel on the inside and the way you act and experience on the outside. Your relationships, health, wealth, and position are mirror images of your inner world. The law of correspondence. The law of belief. Whatever you believe with feeling becomes your reality. You do not believe what you see what you have already chosen to believe. You must identify, then remove the self-limiting beliefs that hold you back. The law of values. The last one was again the law of belief. The law of values. You always act in a manner consistent with your innermost values and convictions. What you say and do, the choices you make, especially under stress, are an exact expression of what you truly value, regardless of what you say. The law of values. The law of motivation. Everything you do or say is triggered by your inner desires, drives, and instincts. These may be conscious or unconscious. The key to success is to set your own goals and determine your own motivations. The law of motivation. The law of subconscious activity. Your subconscious mind makes all your words and actions fit a pattern consistent with your self-concept and your innermost beliefs about yourself. Your subconscious mind will move you forward or hold you back, depending on how you program it. The law of subconscious activity. The law of expectations. Whatever you expect with confidence tends to materialize in the world around you. You always act in a manner consistent with your expectations, and your expectations influence the attitudes and behaviors of the people around you. The law of expectations. The law of concentration. Whatever you dwell upon grows and expands in your life. Whatever you concentrate upon and think about repeatedly increases in your world. Therefore, you must focus your thinking on the things you really want in life. The law of concentration. The law of habit. Fully 95% of everything you do is the result of your habits, either helpful or hurtful. You can develop habits of success by practicing and repeating success behaviors over and over until they become automatic. The law of habit. The law of attraction. You continually attract into your life the people, ideas, and circumstances that harmonize with your dominant thoughts, either positive or negative. You can be, have, and do more because you can change your dominant thoughts. The law of attraction. The law of choice. Your life is the sum total of all your choices up to this present minute. Since you are always free to choose what you think about, you are in complete control of your life and everything that happens to you. The law of choice. The law of optimism. A positive mental attitude is essential for success and happiness in every area of life. Your attitude is an expression of your values, beliefs, and expectations. The law of optimism. The law of change. Change is inevitable because it is driven by expanding knowledge and technology. It is accelerating at a speed never seen before. Your job is to be a master of change. rather than a victim of change. The law of change. The law of control. You feel positive about yourself to the degree to which you feel you are in control of your own life. Health, happiness, and high performance begin with your taking complete control over your thinking, your actions, and your circumstances in the world around you. The law of control. The law of responsibility. You are where you are and what you are because of you. You are fully responsible for everything you are, everything you have, and everything you become. The law of responsibility. Now I might add on this one for those of you who are, getting upset right now and saying, "Oh, I didn't make this happen or make this happen, or when I was a child or when I was a kid, I wasn't controlling of this or that, and how could you say that I'm responsible?" This is understandable with a lack of universal knowledge. However, it can be easily understood and explained when you realize that God so loves you, so much that He gave you an immortal spirit. And with all the research that I've done, even in early Christianity, even the studies on all of the, all the studies done on reincarnation, and all the children and people who have been able to recount and to basically prove the fact that they have been alive before by recounting facts and situations which they could never remember, means that we never truly die. God gives us an unlimited amount of chances to perfect ourselves and to come into alignment with His will. And so it is that with our free will going beyond any one life, we literally choose our life experiences. We literally choose the most perfect conditions to come into and the best situations to experience based on our past karmas and based on the growth that we need to attain in any one lifetime. Therefore, it is balance and karma and growth that is happening that we are fully aware of and on higher levels have agreed to experience. And so, yes, my friends, my beloved ones, you are in complete control of your reality. You are completely responsible exactly for where you are and what you are, and fully responsible for everything you are, everything you have, and everything you become, and everything that has happened in the past. Just accept it, love it, and move on. It's all good. That was the law of responsibility. The law of compensation. The universe is completely balanced and in perfect order. You will always be compensated in full for everything you do. You will get out what you put in. You can have more because you can contribute more. The law of compensation. The law of service. Your rewards in life will be in direct proportion to the value of your service to others. The more you work, study, and develop your ability to contribute more to the lives and well-beings of others, the better life you will have in all areas. The law of service. The law of applied effort. All your hopes, dreams, goals, and aspirations are amenable to hard work. The harder you work, the luckier you get. There are no shortcuts. The law of applied effort. The law of preparation. Luck is when opportunity meets preparation. Perfect performance comes from painstaking preparation, often for weeks, months, and years in advance. The most successful people in every area invariably spend far more time in preparation than the least successful. The law of preparation. The law of forced efficiency. There is never enough time to do everything but there is always enough time to do the most important things. The more you take on, the more efficient you become. You only learn how much you can actually do by trying to do too much. The law of forced efficiency. The law of decision. Decisiveness is a vital quality of all successful people. Every great leap forward in your life comes after you have made a clear decision of some kind. The law of decision. The law of creativity. Whatever your mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. Every advance in your life begins with an idea of some kind. And since your ability to generate new ideas is unlimited, your future can be unlimited as well. The law of creativity. The law of flexibility. Be clear about your goals. Be flexible about the process of achieving them. Flexibility and adaptability are the core qualities for success in an age of rapid change, competition, and obsolescence. The law of flexibility. The law of persistence. Your ability to persist in the face of adversities, setbacks, and disappointments is your measure of belief in yourself. Persistence is the iron quality of success. If you persist long enough, you must eventually succeed. The law of persistence. Oh, my beloved ones, it's hard to contain the joy that I feel as I read these universal laws because I need them as much as you. And I am reminding myself as much as I am reminding you, who are a reflection of myself, of these same things, so that we can take better control over ourselves, our minds, our words, our actions, our feelings, and therefore our surroundings and our worlds, so that we can have a greater say in our experiences and our expressions as human beings, which are divine beings. And I am so overjoyed to share this with you, to grow as you grow, to help you grow as I help myself grow. For we are all one, and I love you so much. The law of integrity. Happiness and high performance come to you when you choose to live your life consistent with your highest values and your deepest convictions. Always be true to the very best that is within you. The law of integrity. The law of emotion. You are 100% emotional in everything you think, feel, and decide. You decide emotionally and justify logically. Since you control your thoughts, you are as happy as you make up your mind to be. The law of emotion. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. The law of happiness. The quality of your life is determined by how you feel at any given moment. How you feel is determined by how you interpret what is happening around you, not by the events themselves. It's never too late to have a happy childhood. At any time you can go back and change the way you interpret those experiences to yourself. The law of happiness. Is this not great knowledge? Is this not omnipotent power placed in your hands, my beloved? The law of substitution. Your conscious mind can only hold one thought at a time, positive or negative. You can decide to be happy by substituting positive thoughts for negative ones. Your mind is like a garden. Either weeds or flowers will grow. The law of substitution. The law of expression. Whatever is expressed is impressed. Whatever you say to yourself with emotion generates thoughts, ideas, and behaviors consistent with those words. Be sure to talk about the things you want and refuse to talk about the things you don't want. The law of expression. The law of reversibility. Your thoughts and feelings determine your actions, and your actions, in turn, determine your thoughts and feelings. By acting in a positive, pleasant, and optimistic way, you become a positive, optimistic, and enjoyable person. The law of reversibility. The law of visualization. The world around you is an outpicturing of the world within you. The images you dwell upon affect your thoughts, feelings, and behavior. Whatever you visualize clearly and emotionally will eventually materialize in your world. The law of visualization. The law of practice. Whatever you practice over and over becomes a new habit. You can develop the attitudes, abilities, and qualities of happiness and success by repeating them until they are firmly entrenched as part of your personality. The law of practice. The law of commitment. The quality of love and the duration of a relationship are in direct proportion to the depth of the commitment by both people to making the relationship successful. Commit yourself wholeheartedly and unconditionally to the most important people in your life. The law of commitment. The law of value. You are invariably attracted to and most compatible with people who have the same values, beliefs, and convictions that you do. Love is not blind. So important. The law of value. The law of compatibility. You will be happy with another person to the degree to which you both share the same values, attitudes, ambitions, and beliefs. Look for someone who thinks and feels the way you do about the most important issues of life. The law of compatibility. The law of communications. The quality of your relationships will be determined by the quality and quantity of your communication with other people. Good communications require extended periods of time to build and maintain. The law of communications. The law of attention. You pay attention to that which you most love and value. Attentive listening to others lets them know that you love them and builds trust, the foundation of a loving relationship. The law of attention. The law of self-esteem. Everything you do in life is to either increase or to protect your self-esteem. You tend to be happiest with someone who makes you feel valuable and important. The more things you do to raise the self-esteem of another, the more you like and respect yourself as well. The law of self-esteem. The law of indirect effort. You will be more successful indirectly in relationships rather than directly. To have a friend, be a friend. To impress others, be impressed by them. To develop and maintain loving relationships, become a loving person yourself. The law of indirect effort. The law of reverse effort. The harder you try to force a relationship to work, the less successful it will be. Relationships work best when you simply relax, be yourself, and enjoy the moment. Yes. The law of reverse effort. I'm loving this. Are you loving this? 'Cause I'm loving this. I hope you're loving this. You should be loving this. Thank you, Brian Tracy. Thank you, Universal Mind. Thank you, God, all-powerful, almighty one, who is within all life, all religions, all theologies, all mysticisms, all spiritualities, and all human beings. I praise you. I thank you. God. Yes, you. The law of identification. Hypersensitivity, or taking things personally, is a major source of problems in relationships. Only by not identifying, by detaching and viewing your relationship with some objectivity, Can you enjoy it fully and act effectively within it? The law of identification. The law of forgiveness. You are emotionally healthy to the exact degree to which you can freely forgive others for anything they may have done that has hurt you in any way. The inability to forgive lies at the root of most unhappiness. It leads to feelings of guilt, resentment, anger, and hostility towards others. The law of forgiveness. The law of reality. People don't change. Deal with them as they are. Don't try to change others or expect them to change. What you see is what you get. Unconditional acceptance of others is the key to happy relationships. The law of minimum effort. You always try to get the things you want with the very least effort possible. All technological advances are ways of getting greater output with less input. All human beings are therefore basically lazy, seeking the easiest way possible at all times. The law of minimum effort. The law of maximization. You always try to get the most in exchange for your time, money, effort, or emotions. When given a choice between more or less for the same contribution, you will always choose more. People are therefore basically greedy in everything they do. This is neither good or bad in itself. It just is. Oh man, I'm loving it. By the way, I did not read through this entire thing before I presented it to you, so this is as much new to me as it may be new to you, some of it. I knew quite a lot of these, and I'm discovering many more that I was not aware of. So thank you for provoking me to remind you myself of all this, because it's beautiful and it's so powerful. The law of maximization. The law of expediency. You always try to get the things you want as quickly and as easily as possible with minimum regard to secondary consequences. You tend to follow the path of least resistance in everything you do. The law of expediency. The law of duality. You always give one of two reasons for doing anything. The reason that sounds good, or the real reason. The reason that sounds good is always uplifting and noble. The real reason is because your action is the fastest and easiest way to get the things you want right now. Oh, this is so powerful. Know thyself, my beloved. Know thyself. Whew. The law of duality. Wow. The law of choice. Everything you do is a choice based on your dominant values at the moment. Even taking no action is a choice. You are where you are and what you are because of your choices and decisions in life to this moment. We came across this one before, so this is a reminder put a little bit differently and the same, so that you can understand and apply it even more so. The law of choice. The law of subjective value. All value is in the eye of the beholder. There is no set value for anything. Something is only worth what someone else is willing to pay. The person willing to pay ultimately determines the true value of any item. The law of subjective value. The law of time preference. You always prefer earlier rather than later in the satisfaction of any desire. You are therefore impatient in virtually every area of your life. The law of time preference. The law of marginality. The ultimate price of any product or service is determined by what the last customers are willing to pay for the last items available. Every sale or markdown of prices is an admission that the vendor guessed wrongly when setting the original prices. The law of marginality. The law of supply and demand. When the quantity of goods or resources is limited, an increase in the price will lead to a decrease in the demand, and vice versa. Whatever you reward, you get more of. Whatever you punish, you get less of. Taxes and regulations are punishment for productive activities. Welfare and benefits are rewards for unproductive activities. Wow. The law of supply and demand. I want to iterate that a lot of these laws you should really pause, rewind, listen to again, and do that as many times as you need to really understand the full scope of these things, to really allow it to sink in and become a part of your inner knowing about yourself and about life. Because the more you fully can understand these things through contemplation, meditation, and absorption of every single word and the meanings, even the multi-dimensional meanings of them, the more they will seep into the matrix of all that you are, and the more you will be able to use them to leverage every situation and every experience to the highest and greatest outcome for yourself and all of life. So for sure, blow through this thing and listen to all of it, and then come back and really absorb, especially the ones that really resonate and mean a lot to you and that you feel will really help you out. Thank you. We're a little over halfway through these laws, so let's continue. Cohen's law. Every price or term, whether buying or selling, is a best guess by someone as to what the market will bear. Always ask for a better price. Cohen's law. Dawson's law. You can always get a better deal if you know how to ask for it in the best possible way. Always ask for more than you want. Never accept the first price quoted. Be patient, and then ask for more. Dawson's law. The law of timing. Timing is a critical aspect of any negotiation. Whenever you make an offer, give a deadline for acceptance. On the other hand, if someone tries to give you a deadline to accept a deal, simply say, "If that's all the time I have, then the answer is no." The law of timing. Wow. Powerful, man. Powerful stuff. The law of terms. The terms of payment in a negotiation can be more important than price or any other factor. You can usually agree to almost any price if you can get very favorable terms. The law of terms. I also want to inject at this time that there are some of these laws that are seemingly pertaining to sales and negotiations. Again, upon second, third, fourth, and consequent review, you will understand that these laws are also universal in their applications. And as you understand them and think about them in terms of relationships and communications and cause and effect and energy, you will understand how to apply even these laws that seem to be pertaining to sales and negotiations to many other important areas of your life. That was the law of terms. The law of preparation, revisited again. 80% of success in negotiating is determined by the preparation you do in advance. Before negotiating, be sure to get the facts, do your homework, and check your assumptions. The law of preparation. The law of reversal. Before negotiating, put yourself in the other person's position and negotiate from his point of view. When you develop a good feel for the situation of the other person, you can more effectively negotiate the best deal for yourself. The law of reversal. The law of desire. The one who most wants the negotiation to succeed has the least bargaining power. You can only negotiate effectively on your own behalf when you are willing to walk away if the price or terms are unsatisfactory. Wow. Woo! Be willing to let it go, my people. Be willing to let it go. The law of desire. Whew. The law of reciprocity. People are inherently fair and motivated to pay you back for any nice things you do for them. By making small concessions in a negotiation, you may be able to get large concessions in return. The law of reciprocity. The law of finality. No negotiation is ever final. If you get new information or you are unhappy with the agreed upon terms, ask to reopen the negotiation. Be willing to adjust the price and terms for the other person as well, if he or she is unhappy. The law of finality. The law of abundance. We live in an abundant universe where there is an ample supply of money for all those who really want it. To achieve financial independence, make a decision today to accumulate wealth and then do what others have done before you to accomplish the same goal. The law of abundance. The law of exchange. Money is the medium of exchange between the goods and services produced by one person and the goods and services produced by another. The amount you earn at any time is a reflection of the value that others place upon your contribution. The law of exchange. Thank you, God. The law of capital. Capital represents assets that can be deployed to generate cash flow. Your most valuable asset is your earning ability. Your physical, mental, and intellectual resources continually growing and changing are your personal capital. The law of capital. The law of saving. Pay yourself first. Financial freedom comes to those who save 10% or more of their income throughout their lives. If you cannot save money, the seeds of greatness are not in you. Woo! Wow. The law of saving. Thank you. The law of conservation. It's not how much you make, but how much you keep that counts. Successful people save in prosperous times so that they have a financial cushion in times of recession. The law of conservation. Parkinson's law. Expenses always rise to meet income. This is why most people retire poor. To become wealthy, you must spend less than you earn and save the balance. Parkinson's law. The law of investing. Investigate before you invest. Spend as much time studying an investment as you do earning the money you put into it. Never let yourself be rushed into an irrevocable financial commitment. The law of investing. The law of compound interest. Accumulating money and allowing it to grow at compound interest will make you rich. The key to achieving financial independence through saving is to put the money away and never touch it for any reason. The law of compound interest. The law of accumulation. Great financial achievement is an accumulation of hundreds and even thousands of small efforts that no one ever sees or appreciates. There is no quick or easy way to become rich. The law of accumulation. The law of attraction, revisited. As you accumulate money, you begin attracting more money into your life. Thinking positively about your money as you save it turns you into a money magnet. More money comes to you. The law of attraction. The law of desire. To become wealthy, you must have a burning desire to accumulate wealth. A mild desire or casual interest is not sufficient. You can tell how badly you want it by observing your actions each day. Are they consistent with wealth accumulation? The law of desire. You can bet your bottom dollar right after this I'm going to be going out to go get that, to go make that happen. Oh yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. The law of purpose. Definitiveness of purpose is the starting point of all wealth. To become wealthy, you must decide exactly what you want, write it down, and then make a plan for its accomplishment. All successful people think on paper. The law of purpose. Brian Tracy, you are the man! Thank you for gathering these universal laws for us today. The law of enrichment. All lasting wealth comes from enriching others in some way. The more you can train yourself to contribute value to the lives of others, the more you will earn and the more certain it is that you will become wealthy. The law of enrichment. The law of entrepreneurship. The surest road to wealth is to start and build a successful business of your own. No one ever got rich working for someone else. Your products or services only need to be 10% better than your competent competitors to start you on the road to wealth. The law of entrepreneurship. The law of bootstrapping. The best and surest way to build a business is to start with little or nothing, and then to grow step by step out of your profits. Those who start with too little money are more likely to succeed than those who start with too much. Energy and imagination are the springboards to wealth and creation. The law of bootstrapping. The law of courage. Your willingness to risk failure is the only real measure of your desire to be rich. Failure is a prerequisite for great success. If you want to succeed faster, double your rate of failure. Whoa! The law of courage. Whoa! The law of risk. There is a direct relationship between the level of risk and the likelihood of loss in any enterprise. Successful entrepreneurs are those who analyze and minimize risk in the pursuit of profit. The law of risk. The law of undue optimism. Excessive optimism is a two-edged sword. It can lead to both success and failure. In business, everything costs twice as much as you expect and takes 3 times longer than you planned. The law of undue optimism. The law of persistence. If you persist long enough in the pursuit of wealth, you must inevitably succeed. Stumbling blocks are stepping stones to success, as long as you learn from every setback and disappointment. The law of purpose in business. The purpose of a business is to create and keep a customer. All business activities must be focused on this central purpose. Profits are a result of creating and keeping customers in a cost-effective way. The law of purpose in business. The law of organization. A business organization is a group of people brought together for the sole purpose of creating and keeping customers. Every employee must be essential to the functions of the organization. The law of organization. And to give you an example of the universal applicability of these laws, I can take this law of organization, where it says a business organization is a group of people brought together for the sole purpose of creating and keeping customers. And then it says every employee must be essential to the functions of the organization, and I apply it to this organization. This organization of the community of God within, the church of God within, where I value you so much, where God values you so much, you who are the pieces of His body. the representatives of the Father, Mother, God's life and essence on earth. And so this organization is a group of people brought together for the sole purpose of creating, bringing, attracting, and keeping the people who are consciously making themselves aware of the fact that they are the body of God, that they are one with God, and who are moving towards manifesting that more fully in their lives. And so each one of you must be essential, so important, and made to realize your importance to the functions of this organization. That's the law of organization. The law of customer satisfaction. Everyone is in the business of customer satisfaction, and the customer is always right. Successful business have an obsession with customer service. The law of customer satisfaction. The law of the customer. Customers always seek the very most at the lowest possible price. Proper business planning demands that you focus on the self-interest of the customer at all times. The law of the customer. The law of quality. Quality is whatever the customer thinks it is, and the customer decides how much it's worth. Your ability to add value to your product or service determines your success in the market. The law of quality. The law of obsolescence. If it works, it's obsolete. Every product and service today is already in the process of being made obsolete by technology and competition. What is your next miracle going to be? The law of obsolescence. The law of innovation. One good idea is all you need to start a fortune. Business breakthroughs come from finding faster, cheaper, better, easier ways to perform a task. The law of innovation. The law of critical success factors. Every business or position has no more than 5 to 7 critical success factors that determine how well it does. Identify the critical things you do that determine your success or failure. Make a plan to get better at each one of them. The law of critical success factors. The law of the market. The true price of anything is what someone is willing to pay for it in an open, competitive market with other alternatives available. The market is always right. The law of the market. The law of specialization. To succeed in business, you must specialize in a particular product or service for a particular customer, and then do what you do in an excellent fashion. A primary reason for business failure is a loss of focus. The law of specialization. The law of differentiation. Every product or service must be different and better in some unique way to succeed in a competitive marketplace. Your competitive advantage must be perceivable, promotable, and something the market will pay for. The law of differentiation. The law of segmentation. Business success comes from identifying and targeting specific customer groups or markets segments for your product or service. Who exactly is your customer? Where is he or she? Why does he or she buy? The law of segmentation. The law of market concentration. Market success comes from concentrating single-mindedly on those specific customers who can most benefit from the unique competitive advantages of your product or service. Identifying and focusing your efforts on this core group is the key to profitability. The law of market concentration. The law of excellence. The market only pays excellent rewards for excellent performance, excellent products, or excellent service. Identifying and developing your area of excellence is the first job of management. The law of excellence. The law of probability. Every event has some probability of occurring. To increase the chances of an event occurring, increase the number of events. The more times and the more different things you try, the more likely it is that you will succeed. The law of probability, baby. The law of clarity. The clearer you are about what you want and what you are willing to do to get it, the more likely it is that you will be lucky and get what you want. Clarity of desired goals is a magnet that draws good luck to you. The law of clarity. The law of attraction. You attract into your life the people, ideas, and opportunities that harmonize with your dominant thoughts. When your goals are magnetized with the emotion of desire, you will experience what other people call luck. The law of attraction revisited. The law of expectations revisited. You increase the amount of luck in your life by continuously expecting lucky things to happen to you. Begin every day by saying, I believe that something wonderful is going to happen to me today. I believe that something wonderful is going to happen to me today. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Woo, my goodness. Oh, knowledge is power. Let me correct that. You can have all the knowledge in the world. If you don't use it, it's pointless. Applied knowledge is power. The law of expectations. The law of opportunity. Your greatest possibilities will often come from the most common situations around you. Your biggest opportunity probably lies under your own feet in your current job, industry, education, experience, or interests. Wow. The law of opportunity. Ooh, we're almost done, guys. The law of ability. Luck is what happens when preparedness meets opportunity. The more ability you have and develop in any field, the more likely it is that lucky breaks will occur for you. The law of ability. The law of integrative complexity. The person with the widest variety of knowledge and skill in any area will have the most luck in that area. Expanded knowledge and skill intensify awareness and expand opportunity. The law of integrative complexity. I like that one. The law of assumption. Incorrect assumptions lie at the root of every failure. Have the courage to test your assumptions. The willingness to accept the possibility that you could be wrong will open you to the possibilities and lucky breaks you might otherwise miss. The law of assumption. The law of timing. Revisited. Timing is everything. With proper preparation, the right time will come for you. There is a tide in the affairs of men, which, taken at the flood, leads on to fortune. William Shakespeare. The law of timing. The law of energy. The greater the energy and enthusiasm you have, the more likely it is that you will recognize and respond to luck. Your best ideas and most profound insights come after a period of rest and relaxation. The law of energy. The law of relationships. The more people you know and who know you in a positive way, the luckier you will be. People will give you ideas and open doors for you if they like you. The law of relationships. The law of empathy. When you look at a situation through the eyes of someone else, you often find unseen possibilities. What is it that people need and want, and how could you give it to them? The law of empathy. The law of growth. If you are not growing, you are stagnating. If you are not getting better, you are getting worse. Make continuous learning and growth a part of your daily routine. The law of growth. The law of practice revisited. Practice is the price of mastery. Whatever you practice over and over again becomes a new habit of thought and performance. Growth and fulfillment come from abandoning old practices and embracing new ones. Amen. The law of practice. The law of accumulation. A great life is an accumulation of thousands of efforts and sacrifices unseen by others. Those heights by great men won and kept were not achieved by sudden flight, but they, while their companions slept, were toiling upward in the night. Henry Wadsworth Longfellow. The law of accumulation. The law of self-development. You can learn anything you need to learn to achieve virtually any goal that you can set for yourself. Those who learn can. The law of self-development. The law of talents. You contain within yourself a unique combination of talents and abilities which, properly identified and applied, will enable you to achieve virtually any goal you can set for yourself. What parts of your work do you enjoy the most? And are you the best at it? This is your best indicator of your true talents. The law of talents. The law of excellence. Got a few more to go here, guys. Thanks for being so patient with me. Thanks for absorbing all this knowledge. Thank you for doing this for yourself. Thank you for doing this for the world. The law of excellence. Success and happiness are only possible when you become absolutely excellent at doing something you enjoy. The quality of your life will be determined by your commitment to excellence more than by any other factor. Vince Lombardi. The law of excellence. The law of opportunity. Revisited. Difficulties come not to obstruct, but to instruct. Within every setback or obstacle lies seeds of an equal or greater benefit or opportunity. Turn your stumbling blocks into stepping stones to success. The law of opportunity. The law of courage revisited. The systematic, deliberate development of courage is essential to the achievement of success. Fear is the greatest single obstacle to achievement. Make a habit of always confronting the things you fear and doing them anyway. Yeah! The law of courage. The law of applied effort revisited. All great success and achievement is preceded and accompanied by hard work. When in doubt, try harder. And if that doesn't work, try harder still. And when you work, work all the time you work. Don't waste time. Whew! Yes! The law of applied effort. The law of giving. The more you give of yourself without expectation of return, the more good that will come back to you from the most unexpected sources. You will only be truly happy when you feel that you are making a real difference in the world by serving others in some way. The law of giving. The law of affirmation. Fully 95% of your thinking and feeling is determined by the way you talk to yourself. Your inner dialogue is accepted as commands by your subconscious mind. Talk to yourself positively and constructively all the time, even when you don't feel like it. The law of affirmation. The law of optimism. How you think, feel, and behave is determined by how you interpret your experiences to yourself. When you make a habit of looking for the good in every situation, you develop a positive mental attitude, and eventually, you become unstoppable. The law of optimism. The law of affirmation. Again. Oh. That must be a repeat. No, it's so important. He put it in again. I'll tell you again. The law of affirmation. Fully 95% of your thinking and feeling is determined by the way you talk to yourself. Your inner dialogue is accepted as commands by your subconscious mind. Talk to yourself positively and constructively all the time, even when you don't feel like it. And the law of differentiation. Every product or service must be different and better in some unique way to succeed in a competitive marketplace. Your competitive advantage must be perceivable, promotable, and something the market will pay for. The law of differentiation. The end. So it is, my beloved brothers and sisters, that I have shared with you Brian Tracy's little book, the great little book of universal laws. And I hope that you have enjoyed it, and I hope that it benefits and betters your life, benefits the world, and betters the world. For this is the purpose for which I exist, to help myself and all of my reflections do this same thing. Always remember that that which you consider God is everywhere, is everything, and within everything, and therefore within you. So understand, my beloved ones, that in truth, God being within you and God being love, the scripture is true, that he that dwells in love dwells in God and God in him. So it is not blasphemy to make yourself an equal with God, to understand that you are a creator, that you are one with the Creator, and therefore that you are the Creator, that you are God. Because you are the God of this world and your life and your experiences. And I say, arise, O God, judge the earth, for you will inherit all nations. We are God's. You are God. I am God. And I love you dearly. Amen.